Good evening, welcome. Trying something different for my phone tonight because my computer updated and I don't know my password. So anyway, welcome, thank you for joining. Tonight is night 18 of 30 in our wellness accountability sessions. If this is your first time joining us, the intention of these sessions is to encourage self-care, maybe introduce something new that you haven't heard of before, various readings, books, techniques, strategies, tips, and then the second portion of the class is a guided communal meditation. Tonight I wanted to read the beginning of a book that I really love, The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. I'm going to dive right in. So I'm going to go actually to chapter 2. Your inner roommate. Your inner growth is completely dependent upon the realization that the only way to find peace and contentment is to stop thinking about yourself. You're ready to grow when you finally realize that the I, who is always talking inside, will never be content. It always has a problem with something. Honestly, when was the last time you really had nothing bothering you? Before you had your current problem, there was a different problem. And if you're wise, you will realize that after this one's gone, there will be another one. The bottom line is, you'll never be free of problems until you are free from the part within that has so many problems. When a problem is disturbing you, don't ask, what should I do about it? Ask, what part of me is being disturbed by this? If you ask, what should I do about it? You've already fallen into believing that there is really a problem outside that must be dealt with. If you want to achieve peace in the face of your problems, you must understand why you perceive a particular situation as a problem. If you're feeling jealousy, instead of trying to see how you can protect yourself, just ask, what part of me is jealous? That will cause you to look inside and see that there's a part of you that's having a problem with jealousy. Once you clearly see the disturbed part, then ask, who is it that sees this? Who notices this inner disturbance? Asking this is the solution to your every problem. The very fact that you can see the disturbance means that you are not it. The process of seeing something requires a subject-object relationship. The subject is called the witness because it is the one who sees what's happening. The object is what you are seeing, in this case, the inner disturbance. This act of maintaining object awareness of the inner problem is always better than losing yourself in the outer situation. This is the essential difference between a spiritually minded person and a worldly person. Worldly doesn't mean you have money or stature. Worldly means that you think the solution to your inner problems is in the world outside. You think that if you change things outside, you'll be okay. But nobody has ever truly become okay by changing things outside. There's always the next problem. The only real solution is to take the seat of the witness conscious and completely change your frame of reference. To attain true inner freedom, you must be able to objectively watch your problems instead of being lost in them. No solution can possibly exist while you're lost in the energy of a problem. Everyone knows you can't deal well with a situation if you're getting anxious, scared, or angry about it. The first problem you have to deal with is your own reaction. You will not be able to solve anything outside until you own how the situation affects you inside. Problems are generally not what they appear to be. When you get clear enough, you will realize that the real problem is that there is something inside you that can have a problem with almost anything. The first step is to deal with that part of you. This involves a change from outer solution consciousness to inner solution consciousness. You have to break the habit of thinking that the solution to your problems is to rearrange the outside. The only permanent solution to your problems is to go inside and let go of the part of you that seems to have so many problems with reality. Once you do that, you'll be clear enough to deal with what's left. So this book is really deep. I've had this book for several years, and I've intermittently picked it up and put it down, and picked it up and put it down, and digested it, and then revisited it. And I think it's one that I'll continue to go back to. But its premise makes a lot of sense and is really helpful. And I think we hear the things we're ready to hear, right? So I do that with a lot of these spiritual books. Some of them I can sit and read all at once in one day or a few hours, and then others take a few years, and that's okay. But I like this one a lot because it is so easy for us to just get annoyed at a person, get triggered by people around us. But that's the beauty of meditation. That's the power of meditation if we practice regularly, and it will carry over into your daily life so that you're able to see things from a more objective standpoint and understand the correlation between things and not have that tendency to react to people around you. I'm just reading what Annalisa's writing. Yes, we all do. You're not alone. This is a great place to start. And if you ever want to talk about it, we can do a book club because it's very deep. And as I was saying, like parts of it you may breeze through, and then parts of it you're like, wait a minute, what language is this in? And I write a lot of notes in this book and mark it up. So it's a great reference. So the Untethered Soul. So let's dive into our meditation. If this is your first time joining us tonight, we meditate to give our brains a bath, to cleanse our minds for mental clarity, to focus better, to sleep better, to feel happier, to feel lighter. And as I was just saying, the hope in practicing consistently is that it carries off the mat or wherever you happen to sit and practice. Is that, as you meditate, you feel the urge to scratch your arm or your head or adjust how you're sitting as I am now. You don't follow that impulse. You just literally sit and breathe through it. And eventually that does carry over into your life where you feel the impulse to react to something, but then you're able to allow yourself some time and grace and respond from a more grounded place of love and level-headed thinking. So you can sit cross-legged, you can sit on your heels with bent knees. I'm sitting in a chair. I am using my phone for this tonight, which is a little different for me. I'm curious to know if the clarity is better. So if anyone is watching, has been watching, let me know. I'm just gonna find a timer on my computer and set it for 7 minutes. Okay, so let's sit up nice and tall. If it's comfortable, roll your shoulder blades back. Welcome in a nice deep breath, and let's begin. Okay, I hope you enjoyed tonight's meditation. I hope you enjoyed the book. It's a really good one. As always, if anything comes up between now and tomorrow's session, feel free to leave it in the comments. If there's a certain topic that would be of help, a certain body part where you're storing a lot of stress or tension that you'd like me to address, just let me know in the comments or send an email, katie@peaceinpiermont.com. I'm happy to address it in tomorrow's session. Other than that, I hope you all have a good evening, and I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place.